Respect, it's something we all want, right? But it can feel so tricky to get. People always say respect is earned. But how? How do you actually do that? Well, we're going to get into that because there is absolutely a way to get the respect you deserve without ever having to ask for it.
Haven't you ever noticed that some people, they just walk into a room and they have this presence. They just command respect and they barely have to say a word. It's definitely not about being the loudest person in the room. So what's their secret? That's the big question we're going to unpack right now.
Okay, think about someone like Keanu Reeves. Seriously, the internet literally calls him the respectful kin. I mean, Business Insider once called him the greatest person ever. It's not just about him doing kind things, it's his whole vibe. He just projects respect, so he gets it right back without even trying. He's pretty much the perfect example of what we're talking about today.
And that quote right there, that gets to the absolute heart of it. You don't need to ask for it, you don't need to demand it, you don't need to fight for it. You can command it. And the best part, this isn't some personality trait you have to be born with. Nope, it's a skill. And it's a skill you can learn.
So where does this all come from? Well, here's the secret. It has almost nothing to do with other people. It starts with you. See, the real foundation for getting respect from others is building respect for yourself. And your number one tool for doing that? Setting boundaries.
What's so powerful about this idea is the connection it makes. Self-respect isn't just some fluffy, feel-good concept. It's basically the instruction manual you hand to the world on how to treat you. So every single time we let someone take advantage of us, even in a tiny way, we're literally chipping away at that foundation.
And man, this is such an easy trap to fall into, right? Especially if you're a people pleaser. That fear of saying no, the fear of disappointing someone, it can lock you into this really negative cycle where your own needs always come last. And you know what? It doesn't earn you more respect. It actually does the opposite. It wears it away. So here's the thing. You have a choice. Just look at this breakdown. The people pleaser's path, it leads to anxiety, feeling resentful, and losing your own self-respect. But the other path, the one of the boundary setter, that leads to feeling stronger, building up your self-esteem, and yeah, you guessed it, commanding respect.
So when your boundaries do get crossed, and they will, you've pretty much got three ways to react. You can have some kind of aggressive outburst, which, let's be honest, never really solves anything. You could sink into hopelessness, which just tells yourself you don't deserve respect anyway. Or you can take assertive action. That third option, that's the only one that actually builds you up.
Okay, so that's the why. Now let's get to the how. The great news is there's a really practical, 4-step action plan you can actually use to break that people-pleasing cycle and start building real, solid self-respect. Let's break it down. Here it is. It's a simple roadmap. Reflect, assess, speak up for the small stuff, and then speak up for yourself. See, it's not about becoming a totally different person overnight. It's all about taking small, deliberate steps.
All right, step one, you've got to connect with that feeling. Think of a time your boundaries got crossed. Maybe a friend bailed on you last minute, or a family member just kept you on the phone forever when you were trying to get something done. How did that actually feel in your body? That feeling, that's your alarm bell. It's telling you, hey, a boundary was just crossed here.
Okay, next up, assess your values. What is so important to you that it needs protecting? Is it your free time after work, your mental energy? The source material gives this great example of a therapist who just can't be available 24/7. So she sets very clear hours. She decided her personal time was a non-negotiable. So what's yours?
Now this step is so important. You don't start with the huge, scary confrontations. No way. You practice on the small stuff. The example here is perfect, getting overcharged by $1 at a store. It's a totally low-stakes situation. When you speak up there, you're building the muscle you'll need for the bigger things.
And finally, once you've gotten some practice in, you start applying this skill to your own boundaries. This is where you use simple, polite, but firm phrases to just state your needs. It's not about being aggressive or mean. It's about being clear and respectful, both to the other person and, more importantly, to yourself.
Let's look at some actual scripts you can use. So someone calls you at a terrible time, you can just say this: I'd love to chat, and I only have a few minutes. It's friendly, it's kind, but it puts a crystal clear boundary on your time.
Here's another great one. Someone asks for a big favor you just can't do. I have other plans that I can't change. Unfortunately, I won't be able to help this time. See? No need for a long, complicated excuse. Just a clear, respectful no.
And here's one for those small practice moments we talked about. The price said $10 when I picked it up. Could you double check that for me? Look how non-confrontational that is. You're not accusing anyone of anything. You're just calmly standing up for what's fair.
So when you put this all together, what does it really boil down to? It all comes down to this one powerful idea. You have to show your own value. It's not something you can just think about or believe in. It's something you have to demonstrate.
And that right there is the key. Building self-respect, commanding respect from others, it's an active process. It's not about what you think, it's about what you do, one small action at a time. Every single time you set a boundary, you're casting a vote for yourself.
If you take away only one single thing from all of this, please let it be this. This sentence is the whole lesson. Your actions and your words are constantly broadcasting a message to the world, literally teaching people how to treat you. You just have to make sure you're sending the right message.
So I'll leave you with this question. This isn't about changing your entire life by tomorrow morning. It's about starting small. What is one small, totally manageable boundary that you can set for yourself today?